Good morning, and welcome to episode 163 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, February 28th, 2024. I'm joining you today from the Ojai Valley Inn and Spa in beautiful Ojai, California. We're gathered here this week for the 26th annual Oxford Club Investment U Conference. It's a conference we look forward to every year. We meet up with good friends and we share fantastic information. And yesterday that got kicked off with investment director Alex Green giving what I got to tell you is one of the most pessimistic presentations I've seen him give over the years. Alex is absolutely known for his optimism in markets, and that optimism has made investors a lot of money following his guidance. But yesterday he was very downbeat, and it stems from the idea that everybody focuses on the polarization of our country and in many cases different parts of the world, where people can't disagree anymore. That it's my way or the highway, it's good versus evil, and there's no middle ground. Yet, Alex pointed out that, at least in Washington, D.C., between Democrats and Republicans who can't agree on the color of the sky, the one thing they both can agree on is that neither one of them are going to do anything about stopping this out of control debt at $34 trillion and change and climbing. And, basically the biggest part of this debt is unfunded entitlements, and neither party has any desire or any conviction to go ahead and cut those entitlements and rein in spending and rein in the debt. Jamie Dimon agrees. He sees this as, we're traveling down the road at 60 miles an hour headed directly for a cliff, and it's virtually unavoidable. You can see it. It's coming. We're not there yet, but it is coming, and that's the message that Dimon gave. Dimon, obviously, at J.P. Morgan Chase, he talked about the fact that he thinks right now we have a serious risk in 2024 of mimicking what we saw in the 1970s in terms of stagflation, which is basically a combination of stagnant growth coupled with crippling inflation, largely triggered by this debt problem. So let's take a look and see what that impact is having on the numbers this week. Gold is virtually unchanged percentage-wise. It's up $1.10 to $2,028.70 an ounce from $2,027.60 last week. Silver's down 3% to $22.44 from $23.14 an ounce. Platinum is down 1.8% to $889 an ounce. It was $905 an ounce last week. And palladium is down 5.2% to $942, where it was $994 at this point last week. With silver falling 3%, gold remaining unchanged, you know the deal. The gold-silver ratio, or the number of ounces of silver it takes to buy an ounce of gold, just went up to 90.77 ounces, where it was 88 even last week. And the dollar is kind of immobile. It's at 104.07, down slightly from last week's 104.15 reading on the U.S. dollar index. Given the commentary, given where we are in our economy, given this rising debt issue, you know where I stand. I gave a presentation yesterday where I talked about gold, and they commented on the fact that Rich always thinks you should own gold, and you gotta understand why. We sell gold as insurance. Okay, there is never a reason not to have your insurance for your portfolio. So if you look at the long-term picture, if you look at the mismanagement of the currencies that we use to measure gold, you know that you need gold in your portfolio, a small amount, 5-10%, whatever the case might be, whatever suits your fancy, but a small percentage to protect your purchasing power, to keep what's yours. And that is something that you cannot forget about, and you always need to have it. If the allocation's not filled, you need to fill it no matter what the price. So you know where I stand. As always, we'd like you to go ahead and follow us on YouTube, subscribe, send us your comments and questions, like us, of course, follow us on social media, get our twice weekly, always something interesting alerts, get our once monthly information line newsletter, but don't ever forget that getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.